Alina Bellamy says she's been shunned by her church, smeared by fellow parishioners, and now worries that the man who attacked her will receive little, if any, punishment. Father George Shaneen went on the run after he attacked her, later proclaimed his innocence, and told people he was a victim of Bellamy's seductive ways. Today, Ms. Bellamy told us that Shaneen wasn't a priest and sure wasn't a saint either.
He put his hands up my top, and he put his hands down my pants. And I will never forget it. I can't wash it off.
Michaelina Bellamy can't get the images out of her mind. Her only public comments about the vicious attack by Father George Shaneen came during an earlier court appearance. When we saw her at a local coffee shop, she agreed to speak to us because she's worried Shaneen will face little or no punishment for what he did to her. Bellamy agreed to a plea deal in which 7 criminal charges were cut down to 1 count of battery. Then she found out the prosecutors in the case hadn't seen the crime scene photos.
And I asked them if they had seen the pictures. And they said, what pictures?
These pictures were taken by Metro detectives inside Our Lady of Las Vegas and at the hospital where Bellamy was taken. Bellamy says the 2 prosecutors told her there were only 6 stitches in her head after the attack and little or no blood at the scene. These are shots of her scalp showing at least 14 metal staples used to close deep gashes caused by a heavy wine bottle, a full wine bottle used by Shaneen as he attacked her from behind. Bloodstains on the hard tile floor support her story that Shaneen grabbed her by the hair and dragged her face down toward his office. That is, after he stomped on her with his feet. Inside the office, he choked her until she passed out. When she woke up, he was on top of her, groping her. The remaining charge may be battery, but she thinks the priest had something else in mind. Do you think he was trying to kill you?
Yes. He was trying to kill me.
Since the attack, Bellamy's been the target of a whisper campaign among her former church colleagues, portraying her as a temptress who took advantage of a lonely priest. Shaneen told this same story when he proclaimed his innocence to a newspaper reporter. But Bellamy says Shaneen was no naive innocent. She says he was a sexual predator who's preyed on women everywhere he's worked. She knows because he told her so.
He told me that he came to the United States to leave a woman that he was with in Paris because she was a hooker he picked up and his family didn't like him. They wanted to disown her. He got over here within 10 days of a passport. Somebody said he could get over here by being a priest. He was immediately put into seminary where he started going out with the guys, drinking and smoking and picking up girls. He had to leave Wheeling, Virginia, I think it is, in a hurry because the husband found out he was having an affair with the wife.
And what about women at Our Lady of Las Vegas?
They know what kind of man he was. Those women, one of the women, she quit recently because she doesn't want to be pulled out, but he attempted to be with her, took her to the Grand Canyon, tried to separate her from her husband, and her and another lady who fled to Florida.
We spoke this afternoon with DA Dave Roger, who vigorously disputed Bellamy's statements about the crime scene photos. Roger said he assigned 2 of his best prosecutors to this case and that they work closely with crime scene investigators to analyze all of the evidence, including the photos. Other law enforcement sources say that if all the charges against Shaneen had been prosecuted, Bellamy's version of the events would have been difficult to prove. Tonight at 6 o'clock, Michaelina Bellamy tells us why she thinks Father Shaneen got away with his behavior for so long.
Thank you, George.